Radhe Radhe everyone. Today we are going to make a bhog item from the JKO cookbook. It is in the snacks section, Kale Pakoras or fritters. So here is the recipe in the JKO cookbook. So we're looking forward to making this bhog item today. So let me go over the ingredients for this bhog item. So we have some chopped kale here. So if you don't have kale, you can also use spinach. So you can chop spinach. You can use chopped spinach. And we have finely chopped potatoes. I took maybe about 3 or 4 small potatoes. Some cilantro leaves here, chopped finely. And then we have chickpea flour here, besan. Other ingredients here, we have squeezed lemon juice, half a lemon juice, rice flour, yogurt, finely chopped green chilies, and grated ginger. We'll go over the spices as I add them, but here's my spice box and we'll be adding these items. And I have a pinch of baking soda as well. So we're gonna add that too. Okay, so let's start by mixing in the kale with the potatoes. I'm gonna add the potatoes here.
Yes, and whenever we cook with green leafy vegetables, I'm reminded of the line from the Bhog Aarti, Saag Vidur Ghar Khayo. So that is a good way to remember some of the pastimes of Lord Krishna while making this Bhog item.
That is so true. And you know, when I start mixing the besan, the chickpea flour or the turmeric, I'm always reminded of the pitambar. So beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start adding the chickpea flour. For now, I'm going to stop. We'll see, you know, a lot of my recipes, I do eyeball the measurements. This is a very forgiving recipe, but I hope it will be pleasing to God and Guru. So,
and when we talk about pleasing to God and Guru, it is always the bhav. That is what we learnt in the Saag Vidur Ghar Khayo Leela, while Duryodhan had such a wonderful feast, but because he was filled with arrogance and pride, it was not the bhav that God and Guru want. They want simple, humble, pure-hearted cooking.
So I'm starting to add all the ingredients. The rice flour is added to make the pakoras, the fritters, even more crisp. Now I'll see how it goes. I'll add more if needed. And then as I'm adding the yogurt, I'm always reminded of how much Sri Krishna loves milk products and how beautifully Mother Yashoda used to feed him.
And when we make these bhog items, I often wonder, what would Mother Yashoda make for her little Lala to send with him when he would go to feed the cows in the forest? And what would the other Gwal bring that Krishna would eat from their mouths? So maybe they brought some pakoras.
I know there are a lot of health benefits of kale and gives a lot of energy.
It is the healthiest vegetable. It has the highest, scientifically speaking, ORAC score, which measures the antioxidant activity, higher than even spinach.
Wow. So I just added some salt, and you'll see over time the kale will wilt a little bit. It will shrink. I'm going to add some red chili powder here, and then cumin seeds. I'm going to add some turmeric, and then here I have a little bit of garam masala I'm going to add, and this is coarsely ground coriander. So I'm going to add that as well, I think, and then I will see how, if I feel, once I mix it, if I feel I need any other spice, any additional spice, we will do that. And the baking soda, I'm going to add way at the end. After I put the water, I'm going to add that in the end. I am mixing with my hand. It's easier for me to mix and combine all the ingredients by hand. And I can feel all the textures in there. And I'm going to start adding water. I can already see the kale wilting a little bit. So our batter is done now. This is the consistency that we'll use. I did add the remaining chickpea flour in this. So you can kind of see how, if you've added too much water, you can add a little bit more of the chickpea flour. But this is the kind of consistency. And now I've got my oil heating up on the stove. I use peanut oil for frying. And once the oil has heated up, I'm going to start cooking these fritters. So I'm going to start so this is my oil that is heated up, and you can do a little bit of a test to make sure that it's heated. And now I'm going to start putting in the batter in this. You can either use a spoon, you can put it with a spoon, or I'm going to use my hands, my fingers. So gradually start adding. I'm going to put, it depends on how big your vessel is, but I'm going to put probably 4 at a time. And as they're cooking, I am reminded of when I'm actually making puris. And when the puris start ballooning up, plating up, then it reminds me that Krishna is smiling at me. Sri Krishna is smiling at me. And similarly, when this is cooking right now and turning a little brown, I feel that Sri Krishna is smiling at me. As they turn light golden brown, I'm going to start taking them out and drain it on a paper towel. So this is kind of the color that you would want, light golden brown. So this is our bhog getting ready. Now we are ready to offer our bhog items to Maharaj Ji and Radha Krishna. Sham rasiya mere मन बसिया रुचि रुचि भोग लगाओ रसिया श्याम रसिया मेरे मन बसिया रुचि रुचि भोग लगाओ रसिया.
So this concludes this bhog offering. Hopefully you will also make another delicious offering for the pleasure of God and Guru. Radhe Radhe.